Hey, I ain't gonna lie, fam. Your parents was right. It always was that phone. Growing up, our peoples always told us that it was always that phone. That's why we couldn't do certain stuff. Or it's always that phone as to why our stomach was hurting or why we won't feel like doing nothing. Ooh. As to why we ain't had no energy, as to why we was being lazy. But we thought they was bullshitting. But the whole time, they was right. You see, as an adult now, I see why that phone is a problem. It distracts us every single day. I'm talking about, especially with the rise of TikTok, all people do nowadays is doom scroll. And with other social media platforms seeing that, they implementing their own little scrolling features with Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. It's more scrolling than we ever had. It's low-key worse than 2020. So in this video, I'm gonna give y'all boys 3 reasons as to why it is that phone and how you can mitigate the effects it has on you on a day-to-day basis. Starting off with number 1, the phone is hoarding way too much of your attention. As I already said, that doom scrolling gotta go. If you're not looking at content on YouTube or you're not looking at content that actually help you with what it is you got going on in your life, you shouldn't really be doom scrolling like that. And if you is gonna scroll, if you is going, you know what I'm saying, entertain yourself with some content or whatever brain rot you like getting into, make sure you get everything you had to get done throughout the day over with. One of the ways you can mitigate that is simply not taking your phone everywhere you go. When you go use the bathroom, leave your phone where you was at before you went to the bathroom. That also includes when you taking a shower, taking a dookie, or whatever else it is you gotta do that you know it could take 5 minutes to do and no longer than that. Sitting on that toilet, just scrolling, sitting in that shower, just scrolling. It's taking hours, sometimes hours out your day, knowing you got stuff to do and it's not really serving you. If you gonna have it with you and you gonna play something on YouTube or whatever it is in the background, let it be something that actually helps towards what you're doing. Me personally, I put on a little podcast towards certain subjects that I'm interested in, or I even put on content that I would usually listen to whenever I'm trying to get myself in a focused mindset, whether that's content within this very niche that I'm recording right now or so on. It's sometimes it could be beneficial for you, and it's not the same as doom scrolling. Reason number 2 gonna be that phone distracts you when you fall on hard times. You know what I'm saying? Life get hard. A lot of the times we looking for distractions. We looking for something to take our minds off of like stuff that we going through because we don't want to deal with it in that moment. But you also got to understand, you using that phone as a cope and as a method to distract you from something that you're going through in hard times, what you're going through in life, it's detrimental for you in the long run. Because every single time you associate that phone with something you can run away to whenever things get hard, it turns into a bad habit. And if you in life, if you making bad habits like that, that shit compound. It's gonna stack. And the last thing you want is to try to lock in life and focus on what you gotta do. But every time you run into a little bit of adversity, your brain automatically go to, all right, I don't feel like dealing with this right now. Let me go pick up my phone. Let me scroll through YouTube. Let me scroll on TikTok. Let me scroll on Instagram Reels. It's a bad habit. And it takes a lot of time out your day, and it will really keep your mind cluttered with stuff that you don't even need to be thinking about, whether that's lust or just straight up brain rot. It's also bad to keep yourself distracted from things that you're going through in general, even when it's not the phone. It delays the inevitable. Like if you know you got to deal with something, whether it's like a performance you got to do on stage and you got stage fright, so instead of studying your script, you on your phone scrolling, you delaying the inevitable. You might as well just put in the reps, focusing on your play, focusing on your script, so that you can get up there and perform and do your best. You know what I'm saying? Or it might even distract you from studying for a test you know you got coming up on a Monday or something. If you put in those reps and working towards making sure you know what you know, knowing that you have the information to pass that test, you will be good. I rather, me personally, I done went through this before. I done went through having to, you know what I'm saying, look forward to studying just so I could get on my phone and start doom scrolling. I done been through that before. And I'm gonna keep it so 100 with y'all. It's not worth it. The reps I could have went through focusing on that test, I put towards probably YouTube and looking at things such as Instagram Reels and TikToks. I really wish I would have studied for that test because I could have got a way better grade. And on top of all that, if I would have put business first, got what I needed to get done, and succeeded at it, then I could have went and chilled and did all that scrolling or whatever after the fact and not have to worry about nothing. You know, it's a win-win. You just got to do what you got to do. And last but not least, reason number 3, apps nowadays, as we all know, is literally designed to waste your time. These phones that we have in our hand aren't just made for our convenience. The people that engineered these phones understood that the people that are making these apps want your attention, they want your time. That's how they get their money. So they're going to make sure that everything in this device is optimized to keep your brain hooked on whatever it is you're seeing on this screen. Think about it. In the past, people have always been focused on what they're doing back before we even had smartphones, because they had nothing to distract them. But they didn't have that much to distract them. They didn't have a phone in their pocket that they could pull out, search up the answers to whatever they need, search up videos to whatever they like to watch at a whim's notice. You know what I'm saying? Back then they had telephones. You had to go to a phone booth, or you had a telephone at the crib. Otherwise, bro, you outside working, doing what you got to do. It's nothing distracting you. Also, these social media apps are just also kind of designed to keep you in a consumer mentality. Why you think TikTok always got ads every other scroll showing you somebody's product? And then they're gonna show you not only the product, but other influencers or other people wearing that product, advertising it to you without you even knowing. It's building that consumer mentality in your head the more you consume. Because then you're gonna think, man, I really should cop these slides. I really should get these Amiri jeans. I really should get this Chanel purse. Whole time you don't even need that. You wasn't even thinking about that purse, them slides, or them jeans before you was scrolling on TikTok. But now that you've seen the product, seeing everybody else wearing it, you thinking you missing out. You thinking you finna be left behind on a modern day, you know what I'm saying, drip or whatever y'all wanna call it. Whole time, that's just these apps trying to advertise products towards you, not only because businesses gotta make their money, but because they want you to be in that consumer mentality. This also bleeds into copying other people's fake lifestyles. And I don't even know why we use quotations, because a lot of these social media lifestyles that you see on the internet are fake. They go around renting cars in Miami, acting like they got it like that. They putting on clothes that they had to break the bank to wear. They got no money in their bank account. They probably in debt right now. But all for the sake of flexing on social media, my fault, all for the sake of flexing on social media and showing you, hey, this how I'm living, this how I'm getting it. And then they present it to you, making you seem like, oh, I gotta get like how he get, cause he fly. Knowing you ain't got, you know what I'm saying, the things you gotta get in order to even rock that type of lifestyle without breaking the bank. Whole time they broke too. And like I said, with this consumer mentality is destroying the youth. It's even destroying, you know what I'm saying, some older individuals who fall into it too. So it all of this comes full circle with this phone. If we spend less time on these devices, consuming just endless amounts of content, consuming, and not creating and not being on our purpose, it's gonna keep us in these endless little hamster wheel loops. Apologies, my phone really just sat here and said I had no storage in my shit. It don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep us in this hamster wheel of just consuming. So with that being said, boy, I hope y'all boys enjoyed the video. I hope y'all learned something from this video. I don't know, you're sweating. This really wasn't made for entertainment. I hope y'all actually learned something from this video, and if you made it this far, put number 5 in the comment section, boy. But otherwise, I'm gonna get it with y'all.